Hello and welcome to Model Kit Beginner. After quite some time, I apologize for that. There hasn't been some activity on this channel for a little time. Reason is that, some serious life things happen and sometimes you just don't have a chance to be in here. But I'm back and we have a couple of new kits which I can introduce to you. And today we start with some of my favorite areas, which is the mid-30s. We do the 36 Ford Convertible Coupe 2-in-1. It's a 124 kit from the fine folks over at Revell, and we certainly will have a look what that looks like. It will be amazing. Also do remember that next week Friday and first Friday of April, which is, let me have a quick look here, the 5th of April, we have the Modelers Friday Night Live show. Please do pop in. But in the meantime, I think we should have a look at the history of this particular kit. So we'll pop over to Scalemates quickly and see where that kit is coming from before we go down to the bench and have a look what is in the box. I'll see you there. And here we are looking where these 36 Ford Convertible Coupe 2-in-1 actually comes from. And it has a very rich history. Looking down here, you can see it starts in 1961 with a monogram kit. No surprises there. And then it has been repopped many at times. Some wonderful models. As you can see, wonderful box art as well. Really love that. And this is the very first one, 1961. That's how it came out. Gave you all these different options how to build it. And I'm sure it was fantastic. So that should give you some indications of what to expect in the box. So keep in mind for everything you see, this kit was originally popped in 1961. What we are looking at is the latest iterations from 2009. That's what this box is all about. Apparently it is a, it says folding box side opener, which is not right. It actually is Revell USA, and it is a normal square box, and it opens on top. Right, so but to prove that, we'll go down to the bench and you can see for yourself. See you there. So here we are with the box of the 36 Ford Convertible, the car show model from 2009, as we said, in 124 with officially Ford licensed. Looking at the sides, let's have a look at this side first. You see the engine gives you an idea. It has wonderful of these folding up back seats, not quite up to these days safety and security standards, but here you are. And then on this side you get a little bit more about the model itself. It is around about 7 11/60 inches or 45 centimeters in length. It has 114 pieces and it is molded in white. It tells you a little bit more about the 36 Ford and it gives you an idea of the colors you need. As you can see, not too many, but certainly enough. Here at the back, just gives you an idea of the gradings. There's these change. Sometimes it was 1 out of 5, and then it was 1 out of 3. So this is a 3 grading scale, and this apparently you need skill 2. Right. So let's open the box. We have the instruction booklet right over here. We'll have a look at that now. This certainly is not a 1961 instruction booklet, so this already gives you a good indication that this has been updated. It is a Revell only sheet. Looks like the Revell from the 90s, 2000s roundabout. Then we have, let's make some space here next to me. We have spruce tires, different sorts of tires. So you already, it says on the box that there are different kind of models which can be built. We have quite a few pieces of sprue, white sprue, and it says molded in white, and they were certainly right with that. Quite a bit of metal plated, and of course transparent. Right. Then we also have the decals here. We're going to have a look at those in a moment. But first, let's have a quick peep at the instruction sheet. Here it tells you more about the car and what the Revell kit does. Here is how to build a model. Here again, the color callouts. Very, very nice. And then it starts immediately, so there is no sprues, no list of parts, none of that. That is not happening here. And then it starts with the engine, so you can build the engine. It appears only in one way, so there I don't see a stock version. So you only build it with the triple carburetors on top. Right over here, as you can see, beautiful flathead engine. And doesn't seem to be too complicated at all. Actually very, very simple. Then we have the suspension assembly right over here. The shift lever, emergency lever, rumble seat. That's what that back seat is called, the rumble seat. Floorboard right over here. Then we have radiator tank, radiator assembly, so that's all the radiator parts basically. Then you have the running boards, which you put on. Very nice, I like that. So you can paint them in whatever color you want and add them later on. No taping required. Then you can do a convertible version. It says here convertible version, so that's obviously how the convertible version works. Wheels and tires. Gives you more ideas about the seat. Body to frame, right over here. Rumble seat side panels. Interior right over here. We have, it looks like we have decals for the instrument panel. Always very nice, I like that. Steering wheel. Then we have the cowl, inside of the cowl, etc. Right over here. Door top, which needs to be body color. Then you can also do the coupe, so you get an extra piece of roof which you can attach, which is obviously very nice to do. Basically you can make it a hardtop, you know. That's very cool. Different versions right over here. Then if you look here, you can also put the top on for the convertible, and you can put obviously the complete coupe version on. So you can kind of fiddle it around. Obviously you cannot put the one or use both, because you have the window frame right over here. So you have to make a decision which version you want to build early on. Headlight buckets right over here. So you have a few versions right over there which you can use. Then part of the details, the single rear light which they had at the time. So this one seems to have two, very nice. So you seem to have different options. That's very interesting. Okay, then the rear tire, mirrors, spotlights, yeah, the full Monty, and then eventually it will either look like this, the coupe, which I like, very sleek, isn't it? I think that's very sleek. The two-tone, or you can do the Cabrio 1 version B. Yeah, so that is where the different lights, rear lights come on. Obviously you can mix and match. I certainly will do it. I like these rear lights more than these ones. So maybe the coupe with these rear lights. I mean, it's your car. You can build it whatever way you want. Anyway, that gives you an idea. Not very complicated. As far as the instructions are concerned, how is it as far as the parts are concerned? Well, let's have a quick look at the decals. And maybe we can just go a little bit closer here. Here we go. And see quite a few decorative lines right over here. We have flames, we have white stripes, we have side stripes, so you can go crazy. And obviously, most famously, we have either black or white instrument panel clusters right over here. So that looks pretty good, and normally, you know, 2009, 2010 decals, they should still be quite fine. Shouldn't be a problem with that at all. Let's have a quick look at the tires. We have either these ones, which are, you know, more the low profile tire, which seems to be soft enough. They are on a sprue, so it needs a bit of cleaning up, obviously, needless to say. Or we have these ones, which are the, by the way, not branded. Then we have these ones. Should we take one out? Yeah, we should take one out. I'm sure we should. I want to see what that looks like. Also not too hard. Normally you get these tires and they are rock solid. You can obviously put a white wall in there if that's what you want, like in the box art. Very, very nice. And these ones appear to be branded, and they are branded Firestone. Probably not be able to see that on camera. Oh, you can. Come on. Somewhere here, you, Firestone. Firestone branded tires, very nice, love that. And as I said, these are the low profile ones. So these are your tire options, pretty cool. Then we have the transparent parts, which as usual I will not take out of the plastic. They are just normal lights, they are headlights, different kind of headlights right over here. And then the front rear window, depending if you build the coupe or the convertible. And there's quite a bit of chrome going around, so let's have a closer look at that. Right, we have the covers for the flathead right over here, valve covers. We have the grille, front grille right over here. We have different kind of window frames depending what version you build. We have the intake right over here, the whole assembly, everything is in chrome, and obviously you can decide if you want it in chrome or not. Looking at the, given the fact it's a 61 kit, you can see that this has been very unfortunately added to the thing, so you might have to make a decision whether you want to dechrome it or not. But the chrome itself, not too thick, very shiny. Obviously lots of us want to build shiny models, so that might be right up your alley. Then we have a different version here, or chrome for a different version. So that's the wheels for the convertible. Here's one of the bumpers which fell off. Right. We have a different kind of grille. We seems to have hubcaps. No, it's not hubcaps. Don't know whether it might be hubcaps. It is hubcaps, and light buckets, and obviously we have these wheels right over here. So you will certainly have some spare parts, which you can for a different build if you want to. Which is very cool. Always appreciated. Right. Let's start with the plastic then, shall we? Let's get that out. Right, there's already a fan which came loose. Here we go. And we have the textured vinyl top right over here. We have some side parts. We have a tonneau cover, the rumble seat, and then obviously the steps right over here. So that's what's on here. Looks all pretty clean. Certainly not a original 1961 mold, I can tell you that much. Actually looks a lot better than that. Then we have belt assembly right over here. Here's a steering wheel. Got a feeling we might get a different one again. We have the engine halves. We have seen engine. Lots of the stuff in the engine has been molded in. So some detail painting will be required there. There looks like the front axle right over here. All right, very nice. Then we have the front seat, we have the bottom of the interior, and we have, here we go, gives you a little bit of a detail of the pan with molded in exhausts. That's not everybody's cup of tea, especially here. Some detail painting will be required. But hey, that's what we do. We're modelers. We just adapt to whatever is and is not there. Right, let's have a look at the next bag, shall we? Oh, there's a... which still from the last. Gee, there's quite a bit of flash on this, so there is quite a bit of flash. Looks like the gear lever certainly needs some cleaning up. Right, wheels over here. Lots of wheels and white wall tires right over here. Not particularly extensively detailed. There you go, there's a bit of detail on here, you can see. Otherwise, basically round discs. And then we have suspension and body parts right over here. So here's the whole drive shaft, rear suspension all in one. Right over here. Differential all in one. We have an axle here right over there. There are a couple of axles to choose from depending what you want to build. And some body parts right over here. Here's the nose for the updated front section, I would say. Here's some of the headlight buckets. And then the last bag coming up here. We have some of the body over here. Here we go. You can see that's also the rear wheel cover. Not rear wheel cover, the spare wheel cover. Here we go. And obviously the cutout for the rumble seat. Firewall molded in. Not particularly detailed, but clean. Needs some tender loving care, but not more than usually expected from a monogram kit. Here's the roof section if you want to go for the coupe, which at the moment I'm kind of leaning towards. Also needs some cleaning up. Numbers over here, which obviously needs to be sanded out. And that's it. There's enough detail to make this interesting. You see, this needs to be chrome, so there is some detailing to be done right over here. To see together, this is how it would fit together. Here you go. And I must tell you, it's not fitting too badly, not at all. I think you could make it a very nice model. I probably would glue it before painting it. Make the decision rather early whether I do the coupe or not, so you can get these seam lines out of the way, that kind of stuff. Otherwise it looks kind of funny. Right, that gives you an idea of that. We have the bottom part right over here. So obviously different way to two-tone this. You can either do it like the box art, which is very interesting and very cool, where you kind of only two-tone it from the roof section onwards, right over here, maybe go down here. So that's very nice, very beautiful. Two-tone it that way along those lines. Hey, where am I? Two-tone it along those lines. Here we go. And then the bonnet and obviously the top part. So that you could do, very nice. Or you could just two-tone it very simply by just having the bottom part, which we have over here, a different color to the top part. That would be one way. Or you could possibly three-tone it. So there are many options. Wheel covers right over here, which are nearly falling off, so I'll put that back into the bag straight away. And then we have, that's, I guess, is for the wheels, some of the wheels, front wheels probably. Let's put that back into the box. And then we have bonnet, we have the cover for the rumble seat, we have headlight buckets, different covers for spare wheels. It appears there is the instrument panel right over here. And then there is the window frame, should you decide to do the cabrio version. Then you obviously also need these to close up the doors on top. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that as far as the 36 Ford Convertible 2-in-1 is concerned. So I would suggest we go back upstairs to the bench, and I'll give you my final thoughts. See you there. And here we are back upstairs with the 36 Ford Convertible, which we just had a look at. Here she is. And what I think it's a nice kit. I really like it. I think we could do some nice stuff with it. It is simple. It is not complicated. It shows in places that it is a 61 design. The parts and the molds are certainly not untouched since 61. It looks a lot better than that, also given the fact that a lot of repops have taken place. So I think it's a pretty cool kit. So if you're into this kind of era of cars, you have a lot of options. You can do the convertible, you can do the coupe, you can have different ways to 2- or 3-tone it. So that's pretty cool, and I really like that. So if you are into these kind of cars, 36 Ford Convertible, albeit that it first popped in 61, is not the worst kit to go for. I've seen a lot worse in these kind of mid-30s cars. So I think it would be a nice buy if you can get it for a decent price. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was very exciting to be with you again. Hopefully we see each other soon. And greetings from Cape Town. Cheers.